Dad tips.
Hey everybody, CJ here, your favorite dad. Today we will be talking SIDS and SUIDS. I'm gonna refer to it as SUDS for the rest of this video. The reason we're talking SIDS and SUDS, SUDS, SUIDS, is October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month, among other things, but it's also that. This is a very special topic close to my heart. His eldest brother and my tattoo, you guys will see. I know that people ask questions eventually. My eldest son passed away from SIDS many years ago. And so I think this is a good video to start on. Plus it being this month, it kind of all just fits. And I feel like not enough people know how urgent this topic actually is. So let me just tell you real quick. SIDS is sudden infant death syndrome. It's any time an infant below the age of 2 dies unexpectedly. And there's not a reason that anyone can know on how the infant dies. SUIDS, as I'm just gonna keep calling SUIDS. SUIDS. Added that extra U. Is sudden, unexpected infant death syndrome, and that includes SIDS, but is also including like stuff like homicides and strangulation and choking and stuff that can be explained. Basically, it's infant death also, but infant death that can be explained. All right, so now I got my glasses on, and my little man is slowly falling asleep. I'm gonna talk about this topic. So, who's the most at risk for SIDS? It's again any child under the age of 2, including babies who sleep on their stomach or side. That's a big no-no when it comes to having an infant. I know you want your baby comfortable. I know you want them, be all snuggly and safe and warm. And I know for a long time, people used to put their babies on their side or put them on the stomach because they thought that was appropriate for SIDS. But they're finding more and more that it's not, and a baby should be sleeping on their back. Also, those wedges for babies to sleep, don't ever buy them because they're a huge SIDS risk. Preemie babies and low birth weight rate babies are also very prone to SIDS. They're just not fully developed, basically, is the problem there. Now, we don't have that problem with this man because he is overweight. He's a bit of a chunker. But it's cool. He's not just a round ball. He's also very tall. He's rolling. Can I have that, please? No, it's okay. He's okay. Baby spit up sometimes. You're okay. He always fights his sleep because when he's with Daddy, he's missing something. Now the big one with him, for who's at risk, the reason he's at risk and we're so careful with him is because his eldest brother actually passed away from SIDS. So babies who have had a sibling who has passed from SIDS, now I think that was a whole different situation. So I don't believe he's actually that much at risk. But that's a whole other story. Some moms who are under the age of 20 or having their first baby, they also have babies that are highly at risk for SIDS. Here we go. You okay, Bubba? If you have first-hand smoke, if you're a current smoker, especially while you're pregnant, or you're being around the baby with secondhand smoke, that will put that baby also at risk for SIDS. Even if it's, relatives or friends, smoking around the baby will put them at high risk. These are real easy things you can find. I found these at childrenshospital.org. Make sure to check that out. From CDC.gov, I have some statistics that I found, it's good because from 1990 to 2019, we went from 130 and 100,000 babies died of SIDS and or SUIDS to only 33 and 100,000. It's a huge difference in the last, almost 30 years. So that's pretty good. The SUID rate in 2019 was about 90 and 100,000. Of course, that's higher than the 33 of SIDS, but that means they're able to understand more of the infant deaths, which is good. The actual numbers in 2019 was from SIDS in the United States as a whole was about 1,250, which ain't bad, seeing how there's millions and millions of people in this country. From unknown causes, we have about 1,180, roughly. I know these are exact numbers, but they have decimals, and I didn't put decimals. And due to accidental suffocation and strangulation in bed was about 960. Oh, hold on. Be right back. Alright. He's okay. Alright, we're back. And he's in a better position, and he's sleeping. Cute guy, isn't he? Alright, so you might be thinking, CJ, what are some preventive ways what can we do here? Here's some tips and tricks for you that I found. This is easy to find. You can do it yourself. Go to WebMD or SIDS.org. You can go to a lot of these websites. But I have 10 weeks, right? And some of these aren't permanent, and they're not all of them are scientifically proven. These are just things that are thought, most of them are things that are thought to help with SIDS or to prevent them. Number one, I kind of said this earlier, you do not want to have your baby on a soft material at all, period. You want, for them sleeping at nighttime, you want them to have a firm mattress with nothing but a fitted sheet over it. You don't want blankets, you don't want pillows, you don't want toys, you don't want those little roller things. You don't want any kind of soft bedding. That is including water beds, because I saw people do that. Don't share a bed with the baby. That's a really big one. Do not let the baby sleep in your bed with you. But you do want to practice room sharing. So like what we're doing, we have his bassinet in our room next to our bed, but he doesn't sleep in our bed. He sleeps next to our bed, his bed, which is a firm mattress, firm, not soft, with a fitted sheet over. He has no pillows. He has no toys in there. All his stuff is out here. The only thing he has soft is his bouncer, and he does not lay in that unless we're watching him and we're awake. He does not sleep in it, and we do not sleep while he's sleeping in it. He's not allowed to sleep in this chair by himself. He's not allowed to sleep on the couch by himself, because those are all major risks of SIDS. And if you have a really tiny baby and you're scared of them, this actually goes into another point. I'll mention this now. You're scared of them being cold. Don't be scared of them being cold. You much prefer a baby to be cooler rather than hotter, because a hotter baby is also more at risk for SIDS. We'll get into that. Number two, don't smoke around your baby. Okay? I get it. I'm an ex-smoker. Okay? I quit even vaping. I don't know. It's been over half a year now. Almost a whole year.
10 months.
10 months it's been. And I get it. It's killing me. Right? I'm not even saying you have to quit completely. I know how hard it is. But if you're gonna smoke, one, do it outside, away from your child. Never do it around your child at all. That child cannot get secondhand smoke. Two, wear a jacket. I don't care if it's, a huge pullover jacket, a small hoodie. I don't care what it is. Wear clothes over top of your clothes when you smoke. That way, when you come back inside and are going to hold that baby, pick that baby up, you're washing your hands and your clothes don't smell like smoke. Make sure you're mouth washing. Get that stuff out of your mouth. You don't want that baby breathing that second or even third hand smoke. That will put them at risk. Number 3, keep them close but not your bed. So this goes along with point number 1. Baby is not allowed to share your bed. Is not. Keep them close. Practice room sharing. Let that baby sleep in the same room as you. They're an infant. They don't need to sleep in their own bedroom. That's insane. I don't care if you bought the most expensive baby monitor in the world. It's idiotic, honestly. Don't do that. Use that baby monitor for when the baby's older. Use it as a nanny cam. I don't care. Don't do that. I completely skipped 4. This one, it's more of a recommendation that I found on multiple sites. But they always say breastfeed for as long as possible. Moms who do breastfeed, and I know not all moms can breastfeed for all that long, but the more breast milk the baby is getting in, the more their immune system is going to build, and the healthier that baby's going to be for a longer period of time. There's, everything that the mom has antibodies for is going to pass along to the baby, not to mention all their vitamins and everything. That's how the baby's going to stay. So breast milk formula has come a longer way, but nothing is ever going to replace, mother's milk. It's just a thing that it's not. I don't even know how to put this. It's beyond science. Like, humans have been doing this for a long time. So yeah, breastfeed for as long as possible, if possible, is the suggestion I've seen on every site. And if you want a little stat from, I believe it was SIDS.org, could have been WebMD, but it has a probability of 50% helping with SIDS. Babies who breastfeed rather than those who don't constantly, because it helps them with their sickness and their infection. Number 6 is get your baby their shots. Like, it was silly to me that I had to see this on this website, that they're like, give your baby your shots, that'll help prevent SIDS. Like, yes, of course it'll help prevent SUDS or SIDS, because they're not getting sick, because you're making sure they're getting immune to stuff that can kill them. Like,
polio.
I don't understand
Measles.
how this is still a thing nowadays. I hate the fact that people are talking about autism with shots. Let's pretend that does happen. It's not backed up by science at all. But let's pretend you give your baby their shots, their vaccinations, and it gives them autism. Well, my middle son, his older brother, is autistic. There's nothing wrong with him. He's a normal kid. He likes to play football. He likes to have fun. He plays video games. He does great in school. He can still talk to people. He might be a little shy. He might be a little scared around fireworks. Sure, he's not super autistic. He's a little bit on the closer end of the spectrum, but still.
Lower end, sorry.
Yeah, the lower end of the spectrum, but you think having a child with autism is worse than having a child who dies? There's something wrong with you. That's my personal opinion, because I've been on both sides of that spectrum, and I'd much prefer the autistic child. They still love you. They're still going to give you hugs. They're still going to make you proud. I promise. I promise you. This one's a maybe. And this one actually surprised me. Because I didn't actually think this would work. And I guess I can see why it works. But some websites are saying put your baby to bed with a pacifier. They're not 100% sure scientifically why it helps with SIDS, but the guess is that since they have the pacifier in their mouth, one, they're not fully asleep, they're kind of always a little bit working, And 2, if they do roll over in bed or something, they can breathe in between the pacifier and their mouth. They can like stop sucking and like breathe like that. So, they're not going to suffocate fully. But it's a guess. This isn't 100% scientifically proven on why that actually helps with SIDS. They've just seen that it helps. So maybe put your baby to bed with the pacifier. Just be prepared for the buck teeth. Let's see, what's number? Keep from... Oh, okay. You want to make sure your baby's not going to overheat. You don't want too thick of clothes like these. I know this is super cute. It's all long sleeve. It's a full onesie. But it's thin. It's not going to overheat him. We keep our house nice and cool. It's either 69 or 7 degrees in this house at all times. We do not let him overheat because overheating will raise your chances for SIDS dramatically. You want to make sure he's nice and cool, especially since he's not allowed to sleep on any blankets or sheets. He's just lying in his bed when he's asleep. So you don't want to worry about him being cold or anything. So I'm not keeping my house at 40 degrees. It's a nice, comfortable temperature. But you want it on the lower end. That way the baby stays nice and cool because babies tend to overheat. The tiny little bodies are always working to grow. This one's kind of like a suggestion, I guess. Don't waste your money on silly things. Stuff that say they're gonna stop SIDS. I guess they market products for SIDS.
I call them like trendy gadgets that are just a waste of money. It's useless crap.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of stuff that just doesn't make sense. Like the closest thing that we do to something trendy like that is he's got an oxygen sensor on his foot that he sleeps with. But again, we follow all the SIDS procedures, and he has that also, just in case. Will it work 100% of the time? Maybe not. But it's an extra peace of mind kind of thing.
Reduces parental anxiety. You should
Yeah.
still be following
Follow
SIDS.
SIDS procedures without buying stuff that says prevent SIDS, because nothing will ever prevent SIDS. There's no product you can buy that'll prevent SIDS. It's stuff that you're doing that can prevent SIDS. Don't put them in a soft bed. Don't put blankets around them. Don't put stuffed animals around them. Like, this is all very simple stuff that I think most people should know. But hey. This last one was actually a pretty big surprise to me. It says, don't give your baby honey to any infant under 1 year old. Now, I never have given any of my infants honey, but I didn't know honey itself could actually lead to botulism and could give the baby botulism, and that causes SIDS. It's like a bacteria that the baby can get.
Like a respiratory illness?
I didn't look at it completely. It was talking about botulism and the bacteria from it. That's what causes SIDS. I'll have to go into that more. So don't hold me on that completely. But just don't give your 1 year old honey. Wait until they're a little older. Wait till they're little snackies. And they're able to pick up food and walk around maybe before you introduce honey into their lives. But yeah. kidshealth.org, SIDS.org, childrenshospital.org, cdc.gov. These are all the websites I used to find out this information. I was trying not to use any .coms. I wasn't trying to use Wikipedia or anything, because I want to give you guys honest information along with my honest opinion. I might have a little drill on me for him. Just be careful with your kids. Don't do anything stupid. I don't care what your parents are telling you. I don't care about, any old-timey tricks. Just follow safe procedures when it comes to your babies. Help prevent SIDS. We've done good in the last 30 years. Like I've told you the statistics. That's awesome. We can get better,
Yeah.
These kids are the world to us, They're our future.
Hey fam, thank you for watching this video so much. If you liked the video, don't forget to press like down below. It really helps us out. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell if you want more notifications on future videos. Also, if you have any recommendations for videos, you can hit us up at Dadtips on Facebook and dadtipschannel@gmail.com. You can go ahead and send your recommendations that way. Also, if you are more of an audio person than a visual person, like if you're driving in a car, you can also check out Dad Tips on most major podcasts. Thanks. Dad Tips.